No. What on earth?
I was going to do that, and then that, and it came out as...
If you're not already, don't forget to follow us on Spotify and Apple. Hello everybody, welcome to season 2 of the Fozcast. We are back with an absolute banger. Chris MD, or you might know him as Chris Dixon. Can I tell a quick funny story, Chris?
It depends what it is.
So normally when I get like a new guest in on the Fozcast, it could be a YouTuber, it could be a footballer or whatever, but I always have to go to the younger lads at football to explain who's coming on the Fozcast. They'll be like, Fozzy, who you got on the Fozcast? And I go, I've got Chris Dixon on. So I said it today. I got Chris Dixon on, and everyone was like, who's Chris Dixon? I went, Chris MD, and then you got Chris MD on.
Yeah.
So everybody knows you as Chris MD.
That shows how not a footballer I am.
Exactly.
That no one knows my actual name.
Chris, what is MD? Where's MD from, by the way?
Well, actually, it is my. It's just
Middle
my initials.
name.
Yeah.
It actually is your
Dixon,
name.
so it's just
That was one of the questions we put in research that I actually deleted because I was like, that's too obvious.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the middle name? What's the middle one?
Michael.
Chris Michael Dixon.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, people at home who might not know who Chris MD is, I'll give you a brief description. You give me your own one. But I think at this moment in time, Chris, you are probably the biggest football challenge video content creator on YouTube. Agree or disagree?
I took the words out of my mouth.
There you go.
No, I actually find it really difficult when people say, what do you do, to explain? Because it's like, well, I kind of do football, but I'm not that good at football. And it's like,
So you're
liar.
a footballer.
Yeah, basically. And how I tend to say to people is like, you know how you used to watch I don't watch Top Gear these days, but how I used to watch it with Jeremy Clarkson, James May, Richard Hammond, like if you explain that concept to people and were like, it's a show about cars, it just wouldn't sound interesting.
True.
But you watched it for like the entertainment, the personalities, and that's how I kind of feel like YouTube is to do with football. It's like you wouldn't sit and watch someone doing a crossbar challenge, but it's what you make of it that's interesting.
And you have absolutely nailed the market, mate, honestly, because every video you put out is a banger, for sure.
There's a lot of effort that goes behind
I can
it.
see, mate. Like I've seen videos where you'll be having a penalty shootout against somebody, and the video is 24 minutes long, and I'm like, how can he make this 24 minutes? How is it
10
possible?
ads in here.
Yeah, how?
Yeah.
It's incredible, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Another ad.
Yeah.
1 second, skip.
It's so good. Like
takes the bed.
you do, but like I say, it's not necessarily about what the video is about. It's about everything else. It's what's going on. It's the people in the video, all the bits and bobs, the funny bit, the mistakes. Like nailed it, mate. Nailed it. So
thank you.
The question I've got is, right, I've been looking through like your past videos from when you first started on YouTube, right? And we're talking what, 10, 11 years ago, yeah?
So how old are you, Chris? First,
I am 25.
Are you 25?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mate, well done. You are smashing it.
You're a veteran.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
So I've been looking through some of your older videos, right? And it all obviously started with like Call of Duty and then obviously FIFA, all that kind of stuff. But it's nice though. I've watched a few of them in like your little baby face.
Yeah,
It's wicked.
worrying. Yeah.
It's class. But then you started, like one of the videos you did was like a penalty shootout against your brother, for example.
Cousin.
Cousin.
Yes, the ginger guy,
Is it
right?
Josh, is it? Yeah?
No, that's Harry, actually.
Was
that's,
it?
No, as in I think you're thinking of Harry's channel, because his brother is Josh.
Oh, okay. So who's
the wrong, am I supposed to be here? It's the wrong island.
You're on
Nice to meet you,
holiday
Harry.
in Germany.
Wait, what, sorry?
You're on holiday in Germany or Jersey.
Germany. Yes,
there
yes,
you go.
yes.
See, I'm on about
so
that.
that's my cousin Ollie. Yes,
Ollie, that was it. I knew it was but so is that where the sort of idea came? Because that's a banger. I think that's on 2 million views already. Is that where it started? The kind of idea of like, oh, people like this
football stuff. I think that video is literally called Football Challenges because there's nothing like back in the day. It was like that was something that no one had done, but now, like, obviously, if you called a video Football Challenges, it would just be like,
you need a bit more than that. We need a bit more than that. Okay,
but I don't know, like. I think I was lucky in that I started by doing FIFA and the gaming side of things, and I also had like my Sunday League football videos that I was making. And when FIFA sort of started dying, or like started not being as big as it was back in the day, I was lucky that I started making football videos, and I was actually good enough that people could
something to fall back on almost kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right, before we get too far into this, because we always get this in the comments.
Yeah.
We get too excited
Yep.
and always skip over our introductory question, don't we?
Oh my God, yeah. I was literally going to go straight into the podcast. I've totally forgot about
That's
this.
why I'm here, mate. You know, just bring you on the straight.
Okay, so whenever we get a new guest in, right, we always, it's like an icebreaker question, all right?
Yeah.
And the icebreaker question is always the same. It is, if you were to go on a night out, it's whatever night out you want. It's your favourite kind of night out. Down and dirty, you could be raving, you could be sweaty, whatever you want, yeah? You have to pick 3 people, dead, alive, dodgy as you like, good as you like, whatever it is, right? Who are the 3 people you're going to take? Guaranteed it's going to be a good night.
Okay. First of all, I'd say Arsene Wenger. Mate,
Have we had him before? No,
No, we haven't, no.
I genuinely, whenever that man talks, like, he just seems like just his opinions on life and stuff. I watch and I'm just like mesmerized. I would just love, like, maybe not a night out, like, don't know if he'd survive it, but like,
you're in the billiards room with a glass of cognac, aren't you?
Yeah, yes, exactly. And just talking about life, really.
Listen to him all night, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Who else would I go with?
Arsene Wenger,
Come
wow.
on, because you've got some interesting mates here, so I want to, you know.
But I've been on nights out with most of them, you know, so I'm trying to think of. I mean, Stephen Tries as well. Do you know Stephen Tries?
Yeah.
So funny.
He's a very interesting man to having a night out. Was at the Sidemen party the other night, just going around kissing people. So very good man to having a night. He's just so like, I don't know. Anytime you think of something funny to say about a situation, he's already said it. He's already got there.
He's a funny. I think he's a clever guy. Him, you know. He has to. I think comedians in general, they have to be clever. They have to have a really. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And he is sharp as well because you watch his videos.
He's razor
He's
sharp,
incredible, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Like, even the other night, someone tried to go at him for something and instantly shot them down.
Picking the wrong person.
It's like you can't.
Yeah.
It's like when he did the Sidemen roast and stuff. Some of the stuff he comes out with is
Incredible.
genius.
So good. So I'd probably say him just because he's great value. And maybe I'm a big fan of Chris Pratt. Like I've watched, I used to loved Parks and Rec, lots of like Marvel and stuff like that. So I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and he just seems like a funny guy. So maybe they'd be my 3.
I agree with that. I think Chris Pratt would be a belting one. Yeah. He does. He just seems like he's always up for a laugh and all that kind of stuff. All the women fancy him as well, don't they? Yeah. He's not necessarily like classically good looking, but there's something about him.
He's going out with
I don't know.
was it Arnold?
Yeah, maybe I'm killing him a bit.
Daughter as well, I think.
Was he?
Or I think he still is, or maybe she's his wife now.
Oh, fair dude.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, I think he got
Kinda
divorced.
taken.
It's a bit of a messy story, isn't it? Okay, and another one I like to ask is favourite movie of all time, favourite TV programme of all time.
Ooh. Favorite movie of all time would just have to be Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, I think.
Nice. Yeah. I like Lord of the Rings.
I saw Theo said a similar thing in the podcast when he was on here, actually. But I would say that favorite TV show, I've literally just said it, Parks and Rec, probably. It's just, I don't know if you've seen it. It's American. It's about like just, it's very similar to the UK Office type thing.
What's it called? Parks
and Rec. It's called Parks and Recreation, and it's
yeah.
about a government Parks and Recreation office. And it's
that sort of dry humour kind of like awkward,
look at the camera,
awkward sort of standoffy. It's very Ricky Gervais kind of thing.
So I'd say that.
Okay, cool. So like I said, I've had a look at some of your videos, and you've had some monsters. You've had some monsters, mate. Highest viewed videos, 24 million views. Okay, 24 million views.
Actually,
do you know what the video
which
is?
one that is.
Go on, which one is it?
I think it's the one with Man City.
Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. It's the one with Sterling, De Bruyne. So hold on, this is the one where De Bruyne is in goal and he gets it off the post and into the face.
That was Simon actually. It's me and Simon all the time, just filming. Yeah, but Simon just like that is 1 in a million. Like,
that's his trick shot though, isn't it?
Yeah,
when we were filming,
he messed up the one penalty.
He was going at that, wasn't he? Practicing, and he had a few. He stuck a couple in the.
Yeah.
That's bad. When that happens though, surely you're thinking, "Oh my god, this is a monster."
But I think that was for Simon's video actually, and I think the worst thing is like he took ages editing the video because like it was a really difficult one, and so Man City released it first, so he didn't even get to like put it out there.
Claim
this is the clip and stuff. But I just always think fair play to De Bruyne, like he handled it so well, and like to be fair, Sterling and Sane and everyone was just absolutely pissing themselves.
Yeah, Sterling goes off running, then he's crying on the floor.
Yeah, but De Bruyne, like best midfielder of the world, just took it so well.
What's it like when so like you're a YouTuber, yeah? What's it like when you go into a professional football club environment like that and you're having like, did you know you were doing it with De Bruyne and Sane and Sterling, for example?
I think we did that time before the day, but like it's so random because you're totally at the sort of whim of like the shoot went down for, it was supposed to be like an hour and a half and it went down to 10 minutes because Pep had like a training session that overran. And like it's just, I don't know, you're such a secondary part that you're kind of just like, you're not really sure how it's gonna go, and it's very cool though every time you go in, like, because no one really obviously like you are such a wall breaker in terms of like seeing in the footballing world, because there's nothing really that you see except for media days on like what it's like at a football ground, what it's like, you know. So it's really interesting going there and being like, oh my god, like, just I remember going to Arsenal, just like Aaron Ramsey runs past me in the car park, and I was like,
it's Aaron Ramsey.
So I was like, no, you shouldn't run after him. That would be weird. Like, but like, yeah,
couldn't keep up.
You do feel like you're in a different world. It's very, very
cool.
cool.
Then, Chris. So with the Man City shoot, that was in Dubai,
Abu Dhabi,
yeah. So you go out there, but this is the point. Football comes first. So you've gone and you've travelled all the way out there, you and Simon. And
you paid for that. You paid for that.
They
Man City paid for this.
We were on the Man City jet.
Oh wow!
They're in first class in front of us, and there's a curtain, so they don't have to look at us. But
so they turn left, you turn right, and you're on the normal ones. Yeah.
But so you go out there all that way, and then Pep's training session runs over, half an hour video, now 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you just got to get it drilled done.
Exactly. And the worst thing is I filmed first and ran. I think we actually got 20 minutes, so it's 20 minutes. But I went first and went on for about 15, so Simon got 5.
He got the gold though.
The games exactly. He got the good clip,
yeah,
but then
Man City
didn't get to post it. So sorry, Simon.
Mate, do you know what? I see it though, because like it happens even at our place where you've got to go and do something after training, and the media guy will come up and he'll be like, listen, do you remember last week I told you about this thing that you've got to do after training? I'm like, yeah. For me, obviously, I'm like in that world end, so I'm like, yeah, cool. But mate, the amount of players that when they're told and they go, oh, for God's sake, I've got to get over, and it's like last minute, and the people travelled with a crew, with everything, camera. There's like 5 or 6 people already set up waiting for it, and then all of a sudden the player throws his toys out the pram. They have to get a different player on board, and then it's for God's sake.
You're like the show pony, aren't you? They'll just, Ben's a good lad. Let's roll him out.
We'll sub him.
I just want the content, mate.
Yeah, he just wants the content.
I do. I want the content, mate. Is there any? Have you ever done? Is there any like football clubs or anybody in particular you've ever done it with where you're thinking, oh, this is hard work. Come on, just give me something. Just give me a bit of love.
I think it depends, because it's like sometimes you get players obviously when they're after training or whatever,
or if they've had a bad result or something. And I filmed with Arsenal. I filmed with Sanchez, El Neni, Holding, Jenkinson, and Gabriel. Like back in 2017, and we got beaten 3-0 by Crystal Palace the day before, and I was watching the game like, oh my god, this is going to be horrific.
And obviously there was still like around the training ground it was so dead, but like the players were still really nice about it. Rob Holding particularly is such a lovely man. And then Sanchez was like decent, like, you know, really getting involved and stuff. So I think just when I do it, I just make sure that I'm like bringing the energy in. Like it's really... When I film with footballers these days as well, I try and get it so there's like me and someone else. So it's not like I have to have banter with them and I have to bounce off them, because if they're not in the mood, it can be so awkward. Yeah. But if there's like me and Theo filmed with Trent a little while ago, we did free kicks, and it was just the atmosphere was so nice, because it was like me and Theo would just we know each other so well, and just taking free kicks and stuff, we can abuse each other and things, and then they join in, and it's not like the pressure is on them, they're just there kind of having a good time. It's
got to be daunting though, because like, do you remember even when we did our video kind of thing, like you're like, obviously we set it all up at Watford and all that kind of stuff, we're in the dome, but you're still walking into a completely like new environment, new people, and then you're telling us what to do, or do this, do that, and like I guarantee some footballers just be like, who the is this? Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like they can be proper prickly footballers, can
massively, mate. Yeah, and I think that's why you do just have to go in with like a heightened sense of confidence and properly like try and, okay, this is what we're going to do. Don't be like, can you do this if you like? But then like some people will turn, like you've been told, oh, they can't kick a ball today, and then they'll turn up and they'll be like, I'm down for anything. It's difficult.
It's interesting though, because just because it's the bigger the name doesn't necessarily guarantee views, does it? Because it's all about interaction and the way you kind of work with each other. And then when you say about having 2 of you there, I mean, to be honest, Chris, that's kind of why I'm in the studio here. You look at it and go, like, actually, if me and Ben, we've known each other, like we do, we've known each other for so long, we've got that relationship. We can take the piss out of each other, and I think 9 times out of 10 it makes people
it just
feel
helps the
comfortable,
atmosphere,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
And conversation wise,
I guarantee though that now when you go into like, if you're doing a video with a footballer, for example, they half know who you are. They have to half know who
younger
you are.
ones hope.
Football's changed, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did a video a little while ago where I DM'd. So there was a trend going around where you like DM 100 celebrities and see who replies. And I DM'd 100 footballers, and Saka, Foden, Mount, Declan Rice all replied back on like Instas. Like Saka said something about, like, I don't know if you guys are aware of like the Wembley Cups back in the day that Spencer did and stuff. But yeah, like he put something about the Wembley Cup, and it's just like, jeez, like when you think about that, like all these people that actually it's very, very strange.
Mate, I'm not joking, right? Like nowadays, kids, well, not kids, but like that age, like you say, 21, 22, they've grown up on YouTube. They don't watch telly, mate. I swear on my life, right? So they are so aware of you and like other YouTubers, like you would not believe, honestly. And even like we were talking, we had Mark Goldbridge in it the other week, and I was talking about the fan channels and all that kind of stuff. Everybody watches the fan channels.
Yeah, all of my mates, does that I know from Jersey or school, like they all know Mark Goldbridge, they all know Python, like they know it's just, if you're into football, like you immerse yourself in it and you know
absolutely. This is why like we always have this conversation about how kind of Sky is the mainstream way of doing things, and it's always seen as like the proper way kind of thing, with suit and all that kind of stuff. But I honestly think that a YouTube way of doing it is a more what's the word, inclusive, relatable way of viewing it and talking about it. And I remember like 3 or 4 years ago where you would have the odd person on Sky Sports where they're not necessarily a footballer, but they'll be like in this world. And at first it was like, who's this guy? Like, what's he doing on my telly? Why am I listening to this guy? But now you see it all the time. Like Sky especially have really started incorporating it because they can see the value of it, aren't it? Like it's massive. Like it's growing like you wouldn't believe now, all these kind of people doing it on Sky.
And it's interesting. One thing Mark Goldbridge said to us when he came in, because he was at a United presser, and he said he got mocked by some of the other journalists for saying, talking to Ollie or someone and saying, we, and he was like, you can't say that. It's you're, and he goes, I'm a Man United fan. Yeah. Of course I'm going to say that. And like, actually, I went and watched him on Saturday Social at the weekend with, who was he on, Rambo? Yeah, he was really good. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah, you know that's what he does. He talks about football. He's going to be good.
Yeah. It's a different perspective, isn't it? But just on footballers then, so not the biggest name, but who's the most fun you've shot with in terms of pro footballer?
I always say this, but probably Hector Bellerin or Fabregas, one of those two, because Fabregas was just like, he was my childhood idol. Like I had photos of him. Like, what a player! Amazing. Back in like, I was gutted when he tried to, because I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the Arsenal transfer saga in 20 whatever it was, but he tried to come back to Arsenal and we had Ozil. So basically Wenger said no to him, and that crippled me, like, because I was like, I would do anything to have Fabregas back. So like, you know, I was fuming at the time, and I was like, I can't hate him for it though, because like he tried to come back. I forgot he was an Arsenal fan when he came into the office. So I've got a few shirt, people you've probably seen the office anyway, but I've got a few like really good shirts up there, haven't I? Like world class shirts of proper players, Salah, Kane, all that kind of stuff. I've got a Peter Cech shirt, and then I've also got a Sanchez shirt from Arsenal, right? And the one that he picked out above everybody was, God, you forget how good Sanchez was back in the day. And I thought, that's a random one to come out. And then I realised, God damn it, he's like a full bore Arsenal fan. And you've got the Chelsea Fabregas shirt as well.
That's got a gold badge on it. Yeah, that's definitely got a gold badge.
Yeah, great. No, he had a few good years for Chelsea. But
there's no Arsenal ones with gold badges, are there, anytime soon?
Not for a while. Not for a while. Hector Bellerin I watched a video with Hector Bellerin. He's class.
He's brilliant.
And I love his Spanish London accent.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. There was a couple of moments when I was just like, what? Like,
where are you
from? Did that come out of your mouth? Like, I don't understand how that sounds. Like, because he just sounds so Londoner sometimes. Yeah, he was class. Yeah, Fabregas. He gets it though.
He's got his own YouTube channel, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He didn't do much of it. He did start for a little bit, didn't he? But he didn't do much with it. I wanted to ask quickly because you said on the way here, so Chris just got the train up from London, so thank you for travelling up, by the way. You said when you got to the train, on the train, a kid straight away was like, oh my God, it's Chris MD. Please say he called you Chris MD.
Well, he didn't say it to me. He just said, that's Chris MD to his mum very loud.
And then that was it.
Like, I have to say
Chris
hello.
MD!
Like, I've got no headphones in. If I don't say hello, this is going to be weird.
And then he's man marked you on the train all the way up here, for like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
So that's my question is then. So
it was lovely though, if he's watching.
Do you remember his name? You're bang out of order.
No.
Big time, isn't it? Big time.
I think it was Luke. Pretty sure it was Luke.
Okay, so Luke. Anyway, Chris said you're a lovely kid, by the way. So how? This is my question. Sorry, how famous is Chris MD? So you're walking. You live in London now, yeah?
Yeah.
What part of London do you live?
Come on.
Not the exact area, like the exact street or anything.
My
just
home
sort
address.
of. Right, you live in London. Leave it at. Yeah, Shoreditch. Okay, so if you're in Shoreditch, for example, are you getting noticed? Are people looking at you and all that kind of stuff?
Not that much. Like, I don't know. It's very much demographic for me. So if there's a guy that walks past who's between the age of 15 to 25, I'm like, there's a good chance that
He'll know who you are. Yeah.
But like, it's, you know, I actually, it's back in Jersey, I probably get recognized more, but it just depends on like the groups of people that come out. Like, where did we go? We went somewhere a little while ago and it was just it totally depends where you are. We went somewhere a little while ago and it was just, I have to come back to me.
You couldn't move, basically.
It was just like, it was so unexpected as well. I was like, how is there this many Chris MD fans at this random place? But I'd say
who's the most famous person from Jersey?
Henry Cavill. Unfortunately,
is he?
Went to school in Jersey
Superman
for a while. Yeah.
Wow.
So he's
taken the crown. Like you're.
He's got a.
Unfortunately,
he's got his cardboard cut out of the Jersey Zoo for now.
Cardboard.
For now, yeah.
That's all right. That's replaceable.
Mate, he ain't got.
It's biodegradable.
He hasn't got 5 mil followers, mate. Subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah,
mate.
I'll get like a Ronaldo statue that just looks nothing like me at Jersey Airport.
You don't want one of them. A bronze cast one that's horrible.
Right. Massive Arsenal fan. So we were chatting. I picked Chris up from the station. You've got the Gunners in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Chris is going.
Do we? I'm glad you know.
Yeah.
Are you going? Where is it? Home or away?
Hopefully.
Is it home or away?
I look at the next fixture.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in looking too far ahead. You look at the next fixture, and that's it.
It's away.
My FPL team knows every fixture that's coming. For the next 4 weeks.
You're a planner then. You plan weeks in advance.
I have to.
Yeah. Okay.
We
I've
have
given
like
up
a group
mine.
with YouTube Theo's in it. There's a few.
I've given mine up. Honestly, mine's gone. Mine's gone. I don't.
Once you miss a week, it's like,
Mate, I've missed a few weeks, to be fair. Like, I got in a load of trouble, didn't I, a few weeks ago, because after the Liverpool game, I left salary. I've got 2 teams. I shouldn't even have 2 teams. I shouldn't have 2 teams, by the way. I'm sorry. But one of my teams, I left Salah as captain, and we were playing him that week. He scored, got a couple of assists and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And I got a bit of abuse for that, but I genuinely
worked out well, though.
It worked out well. I was buzzing with the points, to be perfectly honest.
Stop playing again.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But I did forget to do it. Sorry. So, go on. Sorry, what were you saying about Arsenal in a few weeks, yeah?
Yeah, so Chris is going to the Arsenal game, so a little bit of Chris MD fan cam, I reckon.
Yeah. I'd be very down to film what I can. Or whatever.
Okay, boom. I'll see if I can get you a shirt, okay?
Yeah.
Challenge.
If you get a Fabregas one, if you can.
Challenge. Oh, that could be tricky.
Yeah, I might struggle.
So go on then, give Ben a challenge. Who do you want?
Ooh.
Oh God!
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's not hard, is it?
No, yeah. You admit you'll have to go up to someone and be like, "Sorry, I'm really sorry, Chris MD."
Yeah,
really wants your shirt.
To be fair, like after the Liverpool game, like I did get Salah's shirt after the Liverpool game, but it wasn't for me. A lot of people saw me. I know we got pumped 5-0. I wasn't doing it for myself. I actually got it for the kid that I made the vlog for, who's just had a spine. I got it for him, and I gave him the shirt, and he was buzzing his shirt. I do give a lot of the shirts away, don't I? I don't want to collect them myself. I have got a lot.
I saw the thing that Salah said to you, like
it's
game
cool as you like.
That's so cool.
What a guy!
But that's the kind of stuff that you cannot see that content, and like just seeing you talk about that is amazing. Like it's so cool to see an insight into what people say behind
that level. Like it's for crazy. Him to, that's what I even. Do you know what? I even said that to the lads at football, and I said, lads, like it wasn't in like straight after the game because we've just lost, and everyone was a bit like, but it was like the couple of days after in training, I was like, lads, do you know what he said to me at full time? They was like, oh, and I'm telling them, and literally they were like the fans for a minute, where they were literally looking at me going, did it, and like proper, but it was incredible. Like the fact that they've just won a game 5-0, not content with scoring a wonder goal and playing man of the match, all that kind of stuff. He still needed to know more. He still needed to know that when he gets his next penalty, which way
the away match.
Which way. Like it's incredible, isn't it? So if he get a penalty next week or whatever, he'll have a gauge of what that goalie might have been thinking. That for me, I was like, whoa, that
is mental. So whose shirt do you want, Chris?
Yeah, go.
If you can, I'd probably go Saka.
Saka, okay, yeah, I can definitely try and get
I just love the idea that you're going to have to go up to him now and like you've got all these people like like there's these kids that would love these shirts so much. There's just me like,
mate, I will 100% try and get you Saka shirt.
You were hoping he'd say Rambo then because he's your mate.
Yeah, I'll definitely get Ramsdale's for sure. I told everybody that Ramsdale was going to be a proper goalie. I told everybody.
I think it's contemplations of his. I mean, I didn't actually watch the Aston Villa game because it was the Sidemen party, but some of the compilations of his passing from that game, unreal,
unbelievable, mate,
unreal. Like, and it makes such a difference as well. Some of them, he's driving those, like some of the ones he hits, they stay like half a foot above the ground the whole way, and it's just like, oh,
beautiful, isn't it?
So good.
Proper goalie, mate. Like I say, he'll drill it out from the back. He'll come for crosses. He'll make saves. Like he's an all-action goalkeeper. I love him, and he's a wicked lad as well.
Without kind of trying to affect your credibility, everybody's proper though. Like when Theo Baker came in, he made a comment that really made us laugh, and he said, I got memed hard. Like, and we found it really funny. Roll on a few months, Ben has been memed very hard. With basically people putting any context saying, legend though, lovely bloke, top guy, what a ledge. And it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Frank, see if you can get a couple up on screen. Because
I meet a lot of nice people. I'm very lucky that I meet like Chris here, for example.
Yeah, we're having a lovely time,
nice guy.
we?
Exactly, that's what life's about, all right?
I had a similar thing. Like, whenever I meet footballers and people ask how, I generally am like, they're just such nice people. Like, you don't expect them to be so nice. And like, I sort of got to a point where people are like, come on, Chris. Like,
surely there's
everyone
somebody
expects them to be human beings. Like, come on. Like,
no, I think that taps into your people skills.
Yes.
Then that's got to tap into your people skills, because I know people, I know other YouTubers that have worked with footballers, and they've gone, he's a dickhead. He's a twat. He's a dickhead. And I'm thinking, you sure it was him, or was you just like a bit weird and awkward?
Yeah,
no.
That's the thing. Like, I pride myself in my video ideas, and I think for ages about like, I think through, are they going to like this? Is this going to work? Is this going to bring out like their actual personality and stuff? And so I think that is half of it.
No, it is. And you do all the editing as well, don't you? Not all the editing, but you do a lot of editing, don't you?
I do way more editing than I should do, probably.
Really?
I still do.
Why is that? Is that because it's your baby still, and you
Connor
just want to make sure?
Yeah. His days are numbered. No, Connor does like the first 3-4 days on a video, and I'll still do like we just uploaded one with doing like pressure, where you basically try to recreate the pressure of England players at the penalty, the Euros, of taking penalties, and I probably did like 4 or 5 days the edit, because like it was a really tough one to edit, and we had to hit a deadline. And I'm sat there thinking, I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't lower the quality of the video, because I want it going out that I still want people to watch this and go, this is why I'm subscribed to this channel, for this quality of the, I want people to feel stuff when they. It's weird. It's like a movie.
It's not weird, mate. We notice this with a lot of YouTubers, especially the ones at the top of the game in whatever videos they make, right? That it's not as simple as just shooting a video and go and do it. They have to live it, and they have to commit an awful lot of man hours and dedication to the tiny little details. And it's exactly the same as a lot of these people, isn't it? Some people have, like, we had Spencer in at the beginning of the thing, and he said at one point it's like it was too much. I couldn't sleep because all I'm thinking is ideas and little tiny details to make it better and this and that kind of thing. And we've seen it ourselves, haven't we? Like, it can get proper on top of it. Sometimes you got to sit back and go, all right, let's chill a little bit. Supposed to be having a nice time here, kind of
we'll
thing.
be texting each other at 12, 1 in the morning, just be like, I have to get this thought out of my head. And it cannot wait until tomorrow. It could be an idea or something. Our
group chat, we got a group chat us for, and like honestly, popping all the time. It's the most group chat like of any other group chat I've got. It's always on the go, isn't it?
I tell you what I love about your videos though, Chris, is one thing I would, like you said earlier on about a penalty shootout, and how do you make a penalty shootout 22 minutes long? I tell you what it is.
Ask the sidemen. I'm just getting to an hour and a half video.
Hour and a half mukbang, like world class.
How many courses do you need?
That's the dream.
You're a storyteller though, and what I love about your videos is there's always a clear start, beginning, end,
anticipation,
voiceovers.
I love the anticipation music,
and the dramatic music.
And then the stop, and then it hits it, and you're like, oh my god, it's incredible.
Every time a crossbar or a post is hit, you're like, right, that is
angle.
The thing is, back in the day, I used to use just any music that I found before I realized about copyright and stuff as well. And then after, I think it was like 2016, they started employing music companies started employing people to go through and copyright, and I got like 200 copyright claims in like 2 weeks.
All your old videos.
And I was earning very good money off those, like each day, from just like old views and stuff.
Just people
and
just constantly watching.
It was just like crippled. And so after then I totally used licensed music.
So hold on. So the video I watched the other day, the Bitcoin video, yeah. So I watched the Bitcoin video. At some point you're playing, I think it's like Offspring or something.
Yes.
Is it Offspring? Yeah. Like, so you're playing, and I love Offspring, right?
Yeah.
Love Offspring.
People love that in the comments, by the way.
Right? I love Offspring. And you're playing it in there. How are you getting away with playing Offspring?
I'm actually doing this a very good promo for this company that does it. They're called Licked, actually, and I'm working with them at the moment, talking to them about what we can do. But basically, they go to music labels at the moment and take mainstream songs. So like they've just got like Imagine Dragons, they've got Offspring, they've got like mainstream songs, and basically so for me, I think it's 250 quid that I pay for one song. But it's like if that song is for your whole video,
that Offspring song was 250 quid.
250 quid, yeah, for the video.
Gosh.
And it's like, so they go, and they're the only company that I've found that are mainstream songs that is affordable. Because I've gone to companies in the past, tried to do it myself, and they've been like 10 grand for 10 seconds. And it's like, well, why are you even giving me that figure? Like,
and you can use as much as you want, continuous playing and all sorts.
I think so. You'd have to check.
Oh my God, lads.
It's very...
I think we've just stumbled on something new.
It's a good one to look at.
Because I'm not joking. I was watching it and I was buzzing so much because I'm thinking, this is incredible.
And that song's such a good... So we have... back in the day, I just used to have a music folder of like copyright-free music. And nowadays, we have different folders for different music. So it's like easy to see like, this clip needs like a setting the pace song, so I'll go with that. So I think we've got setting the pace, twatting at top bin, like dramatic music for the end of a video, stuff like that. And so we've got like loads of these folders of music and stuff.
So let me just explain.
Licked. It's called Licked.
It's called Licked.
Right, make sure we write this down.
This isn't to pay promotion.
No, I want it in my videos. I'm not joking. I want it in the matchday vlogs. Yeah. I want this in the matchday vlogs.
And the thing is, I want them to go to more labels and go like, okay, YouTubers are on board with this and get, because it would be really. I've always wanted to use mainstream music for YouTube.
There was another one in there, weren't there? There was a fairly recent song.
Yeah, there was one by
Cut It Short.
Paradise.
There was something like it cut short kind of thing. I thought, I wanted that to kick in, but it's nice though. It's lovely.
And no copyright claims, which is amazing.
So hold on, I want to talk about one copyright claim. So you said it. I think it was on the Fellas podcast. It was, what one was it? One video in particular.
Yeah,
was that on the Tough Mudder video? Was it?
So that was back in the day.
20 million views.
23, I think.
Yeah.
And none of that was monetized.
No, I don't think.
Because of the copyright on the music.
Because I was back in the day, I was stupid. I just used every single, like there's about 30 different songs and then they're all copyrighted, you know.
Oh my God. So just quickly then, so when you produce a YouTube video, you put it out. And you'll sign up to websites and you pay an amount and then you can use the music
royalty free,
and you haven't got to worry about it. So back in the day, before it was 2021 and everything was so switched on and slick and everything, you would just put music in there, and then as YouTube evolved, you retrospectively got copyright claims.
Yeah, so they never used to do manual claims. There was ways to get past the automatic system that because sometimes if you sometimes if you get licensing for music, it doesn't get picked up by YouTube, and so like you don't actually have to do anything. Even if you bought the license, you don't have to do anything about it until someone manually goes through and goes, "Hang on, that's our song. Yeah, he hasn't claimed for that or whatever." But yeah, back in the day, if it didn't get you could change the pitch a little bit, so like you could just change
dodge it.
You would miss it. But then they started employing people who would go through and that's our song.
Well, to be fair, mate, when your videos are getting 20 million views, it's like
fair enough.
Yeah, it's easily picked up on, isn't it?
Yeah. So with the Tough Mudder video, because I was watching videos anyway, but watching through loads of them last night and this morning. Are there any videos that you've produced, because you've got a good gauge of things and you'll put out a video and you know it's going to get roughly this amount of views? Are there any videos that you've put out thought this is going to bang and it just hasn't? Or the other way, because out of all your videos, I would look at the Tough Mudder one and go, I would never have put that up there.
100%. I totally agree. That one, I was like, this might get 3 mil at the best type thing. And yeah, I think it's a mix of some. I mean, I remember. I don't know if you guys ever saw this. It was probably before you were kind of properly doing the YouTube stuff. But there was a video that Kieran Brown did. I don't know if you know him. He's a football YouTuber. He did a video recreating like these tricks that footballers do in adverts, like when Messi hits the Pepsi can, Ronaldinho's crossbar challenge, stuff like that. That did, I think, about 50 million views in 3 weeks or something. And his channel got like 125k subs in one day. Yeah. And it was just like, why has that banged? Like, there was no reason for it. There was, looking at it, it's like, it's a good, no disrespect to Kieran, it's a good video, but there's nothing that would make it 50 million.
Stick out, yeah.
It's not a good title particularly. It's not an amazing, like, I was like, this infuriates me. Like, why has this done this many views? Sometimes you've just got to accept that the algorithm is just weird and it just does things.
Well, this is the whole point.
It's the beauty of it.
There's no formula to a viral video.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have top creators, would you?
I think there's different levels to it. Like, I don't know if you've seen those football channels that upload like goals that are impossible to forget, or like 32 moments we'll never see in football again, or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll upload and they'll get like 100k, 50 million, and it's just so random. And it's just like I kind of have looked at doing stuff like that before, and I'm like, I couldn't make videos like that because it would kill me. Like, I would be watching the analytics all day, just like, is this one going to do it? Is this one going to do it?
Analytics for you, is it a big deal?
Yeah, massively. I have to take myself away from it.
Do you know what? Look at this, Chris. Look. Right, so I've got a note here. You strike me as a guy that's into the YouTube studio.
Yeah.
Where have I got that from then?
I have to restrict myself when I upload a video. I have to say, okay, I'm not going to look at the analytics for like 3 hours or something.
I'm the
3
same.
hours?
You're all right.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't go 3 hours. I'd have to look after an hour or so.
The
calm
first
down
hour,
a bit,
and you see how it's gone. I look at the first comments, but after I'll read 50 comments or so, and once I realise that I haven't accidentally put nudes in there or anything, then I'm like,
you're golden. I can chill now for a minute. Yeah.
But it's tough to pull yourself away from it.
So when we did our video with you, right? So I would say for me, I'd say our video that we did has been the biggest kind of like eye opener as to how big collaborations are on YouTube. It's opened, didn't it, all of our eyes. Like, we got within a week, I think we put on nearly 100,000 subs in a week or something like that. Just like, it just banged me, honestly. And everybody was looking, everybody wants more. And I'm thinking, right, that's it. We're going to have to just do more. Yeah. But then trying to pin YouTubers down to make collab
Simon
videos.
Minter in a video is tough enough. I'm trying to get him for Sunday and struggling.
I can imagine, mate. It's impossible. Like, we've had so many things. To be fair, I've had a few myself where I've been doing collabs and then I've had an injury or something, and last minute I've had to go, I'm really sorry. But it's so hard, isn't it?
Getting everything
Yeah, but it's together, a bit different for you though, Ben, because you can say, I've got an injury, and when you don't play at the weekend, people buy it. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, I think what we need to do is like get all the football content creators or people that want to do like a collab of whatever, book out like the Dome at Watford or something, or book out a football pitch and go, right, boom, bring your crew, bring your friggin' whatever you want to do, and we'll just spend 5 or 6 hours and we'll just nail out 3 or 4 videos each and just do whatever you want to do. Pick him. It's a great idea, isn't it?
That's what we used to do. So back in the day, I mean, I kind of there was I don't know if you were aware of, like, there was a few years when football videos on YouTube back in 2015, 2016 absolutely banged. Like, it was, you could upload a crossbar challenge, you could upload a video kicking a helium football, and it would do like 5 to 10 million views easily. And like, back in those days, people we'd just get like 6 or 7 of us. Like, even I wasn't into the scene when that was really happening, but when that happened, like, like YouTube's Sidemen stuff would just get like 7 or 8 of them. You'd all film a video, they would all do 5 million views.
What is the one video? The first, sorry, not the one, but the first video that made your name, basically? Can you remember? Is there one in particular that you went, oh yeah, I'm here now, I'm doing this?
I think that the first time I filmed with Harry, we did like a Jersey v Guernsey.
Yeah. That's a big video. I think that's your second or third most viewed video.
Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, it's on like 20 mil, and
on a good pitch as well.
Yeah, very good pitch. Yeah, and he did a video for his channel as well, and it was just me and him, so it's very good promotion for me because I was the only other person in his video. And I edited that video like to within an inch of its life. I spent like probably a week, 2 weeks just solidly editing that video. And
mate, I think we need to
views later.
We need to give him credit. He turns our video around in like a day and a half, don't he?
But it depends. Like, it depends what content you're looking at.
Yeah, sure.
And I would be doing, 4 camera angles, little edits, like what's going to work here, what's going to work. So it's
yeah, you do. To be fair, it's the camera angles, like your video. Like, say when they're trying to hit the Bitcoin, the one that actually hits the Bitcoin, you've got camera angle there, camera angle there, camera angle there, slow mo there, cut here, chop there.
Well, next time we do a video, you need to wear the GoPro on your chest or on your head, Ben.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, good shout.
On your head would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
Would be good. Would be good.
Do you know what? I don't even care. Like, I'd happily do it. Like,
but I don't know if that would actually like be good footage, because I don't know if you'd actually see anything from that. No, camera
but I think what it does. Sorry. Well, I didn't put any context on that. I think it's quite good from a geeky football point of view to see as a goalkeeper
what they see.
Ben always talks about you could break down goals, how they look, how they move, all the little intricacies of it. I think that might be quite
you can,
a
to be
bit
fair,
of a dorky video, but I think it'd be good.
I don't think that, like in football in general, I think give it a good few years and that will be part and parcel of football, you know. Players will have cameras on a little lapel, or like a goalie will have it
like
on.
The F1
because they use
guaranteed they will, mate, because I want to see that like close up kind of, and if they can somehow
they can make them smaller,
and if they can somew beam it to the TV, do you know what I mean? You need wireless technology. But
Sky used to do player cam where they would follow that player, didn't they? And then they've done and kind of thing.
But I want to watch him running, and I want to see his heart rate, and I want to see everything. I know these are ideas we've got like belted, honestly.
Game-changing ideas.
Stop telling everyone about them.
When we started the channel, we had this one idea, and like I'm walking around the block, I'm ringing him and going, I think we could
change everything
with this kind of thing. So it's still, don't give away all the trade secrets.
Yeah, okay, we'll stop talking
so
about
we're footballer then. Let's talk about your ability as a footballer.
Yes.
Because I'll tell the little story because he's not going to tell it. So when you did the video, you and Simon did the video with Ben down at the Dome.
Is this about him talking beforehand? Because I saw it in the Theo podcast.
Yeah. So we'll put the link in the description to both the videos. But he was cussing you boys out, and he was going, Tom, I know what you're saying. They can probably kick a football, but come on.
I wasn't cussing you. I wasn't cussing.
Come on. I'm a goalkeeper here.
A professional goalie.
A professional goalkeeper. I know what you're saying.
But I do need to say, I need to back my corner a little bit and say it was the middle of off-season, right?
There we go.
I hadn't done any goalkeeping for like a month, all right? Mate, I'm not joking. After that video, I was so stiff, right?
5 days you were
5 days, right?
Wow.
It was 100 shots, for God's sake, right? 100 dives, pretty much, right? And I could not move, mate. I was in such a bad way. But yeah, I
was surprised you agreed to 100 shots, to be honest.
Nah, it was gold, mate. It was wicked. It was all right, wasn't it?
Great. I loved it, mate. That was such a fun. I was looking forward to that video.
Yeah, it was. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
I had no idea of how we were going to do, because Theo said it, I think, when he came on. But it's like because all we do on YouTube is take shots. We don't do the fitness side of football. We don't do, the passing, the drills, and everything. That's all we do with our time. So I was like, we were talking about this on a podcast the other day, and it's so funny because like I don't want to seem really ridiculously big-headed, and it's difficult to gauge where we are. But like I'm like, how many people over the years have spent this long doing certain free kick styles, and it's like footballers would focus on more important parts of their game, not trying to hit a target in the top corner that's going to be used and it's like we are genuinely quite good at just taking shots from the edge of the box, and I think that's where we sort of surprised you, because it's like that's what we've done for like 5 years.
Although on the flip side, you and Simon were banging a few shots, and at one point you were like,
I had a stinker off.
These are going in against the goalkeepers we normally use, and Ben's just taking like 2 steps.
I remember the one, and he just caught it.
He just caught it,
and I'm thinking, it was literally just there, but it's true though.
He'd rattled it, and he got back.
It was good though. I really did enjoy it. I was sweating my back out, mate. Honestly.
I mean, when we discovered the knockable tech, when we discovered that was the way, that's when it became a bit easier, because there was a few that we were hitting when we were at the 25 yard sort of mark, and like, we were hitting some of them as hard as we could.
Oh, piss off, because you've got the Jabulani ball out. Come on.
Finger breaker ball, mate. It's not Jabulani, it's a finger breaker.
Yeah, but there was some of the ones that Simon hit with the normal footies that we were using. Yeah. I was like, I've never seen a ball move this. Like, there was one that like he hit left and it just went. And I was like, if that's on target, you've got no chance.
Horrible.
You can't read that.
The one that you scored, I think it was like literally the last shot of the day. The Jabulani ball. Yeah. Right, it's there, and then all of a sudden it moves, and it's in between my legs, and it just squirmed through. I just
want to give credit to you, because when you film with most footballers or anyone who's actually in the footballing world, they will say you can't put that in. They'll be like, take that out.
Mate.
And like, just honestly, mate, it was so refreshing for you to leave that in, because like, obviously people are going to look at that and stuff, and you could look better if you taken that out.
Past caring.
It's so lovely to leave.
Mate, it happens. That's what I mean. Like,
exactly, you're human. That happens.
Training, stuff like that happens all the time. Outfield players miss from 2 yards, put it over the bar. In training all the time. Goalies mess up all the time. It is what it is. You got to leave those bad boys in there.
So what about these? When you do the challenges, so you've done 100 shots. You've done on this day with filming for Ben, for example. What about yourself physically? I know this sounds ridiculous, but most people, like players, they'll go out and practice few free kicks. They're not practicing 200.
Or their groins are hurting or something. Yeah.
How does your body feel the next day after these challenges?
I did a video once where I got StatsBomb. I don't know if you know StatsBomb, the analytics football company. So I got them to provide me with Messi's free kick maps, his last 50 free kicks, and had the speed of them and a goal map of where they went. And I went out and took 50 free kicks 10 different times and tried to get them more on target than him and faster than him, because I was like, it doesn't matter which keeper you're against if you can look at where they've gone and you can look at the speed. And I was like, so yeah, I did that, and a few days I took 100 of them and I tried to like double up on it. Taking 100 free kicks in one day, it cripples you. And it doesn't sound that much, but when you do it and you're trying as hard as you can, like you say, I can walk for like a week, and
that was I think our video
warming up is such an
your 100
part.
shots, it was best part of an hour pretty much.
Yeah,
it was the best part of an hour. That's
definitely.
a long time just doing the same thing. Like I say, footballers, they will do that in between. A session might be an hour and a half, but it will be a bit of warm up, a bit of stretching, a bit of this, a bit of that. You ain't spending an hour doing that. But can I just say though, the detail that you've just mentioned there, mate, you're 25, he's 25 years old, right? And he's talking about making a video about what Lionel Messi did with his free kick. So he's got a stats company to tell him how many, where they hit and how fast they hit. Like, mate, that's next level.
Yeah.
That is next level. I'm proud of you,
Thank
mate.
you.
That's so good.
Mate, and obviously I've got 10 attempts at this. I don't have the stadium, I don't have fans screaming at me and stuff. And I was like, I'm trying to think of different ways that I can put myself in a situation where I can actually compare my free kicks to Messi. And I was like, I can't think of another variable that I can... And like people in the comments are like, oh, your goalkeeper's rubbish. And I was like, it's not about the keeper. Like, I'm trying to make this as independent as possible.
That's about the only way though.
Like,
if you're looking at the time it took to leave his foot and then go in that top corner,
you could think about the movement, but if he puts him with curl,
the only other bit you can is his body shape and disguising it.
Yes, that's true.
That's about the only other thing you can add in there.
And the wall as well.
Yeah, the wall, how tall they are, how high they are, all that kind of stuff.
Generally, these days, they do the player lying down and then you jump.
Yeah,
so that gives an extra line. But free kick mannequins, you should be about a foot higher.
Walls in
days.
general are 6'2" kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Most people that are in walls because they're tall.
Yeah,
you don't put the small one in there. You don't put the right or left back.
That's I think where I was like, so I had normal free kick mannequins and I was like, I have to add on like another 2 feet at least.
Yeah, you do. For the little jump and all that kind of stuff.
So,
did you make that video?
I did. It didn't do that well, unfortunately. I think because I just made it a bit long, like the flow wasn't that good. But it was a fun one to do. Actually.
That was one for you though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's so much fun just going out and I actually, speaking about like injuries and how much I remember I filmed with the F2 back in like 2016, and one thing they said to me was make sure you warm up before you do videos, because they've done videos for years where they're just trying to hit shots in top corner, and like if you don't warm up, in football, normal football, you don't kick with the same muscle again and again and again and again. Like you're totally using different things, and it's a different kind of athlete's type of like warm up that you need to do different like training.
That repetitive syndrome almost.
Yeah,
footballers are like, you have to be all around everything, like, because it's not just straight line, and nothing's straight line. Like athletes, like runners or whatever, they're straight line athletes. Yeah, you don't have to do the chopping, the twisting, the turning, the cutting, like stopping, starting, all that kind of stuff, banging, getting kicked, bruised, all that kind of stuff. Mate, it takes its toll. Like I'm 38 years old. I got out my car, I said to you guys, I got out my car today, and I'm like, oh God. God, do you know what's funny? Hold on, this is really funny. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Have you seen the? It's a bit topical, but Steve Bruce, right? They did a thing about him about a year ago, right? Every time he's gone in for a press conference, it's world class, right? Every time he's gone in for a press conference, either sitting down or getting up, it's so good. And he's literally like, oh, and they've literally made a whole montage of it, of about 5 minutes of him sitting down going, oh. Oh, it's so good. That's completely on top.
That's what the internet's for. Stuff
it's
like
brilliant.
That. I love it.
It is.
It's so good.
So on your challenges, Chris, you give away a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is this your full-time job, by the way? I'm gauging this. I know, just for the people at home, obviously, I'm just letting people know. So, Chris, you are a full-time YouTuber for 7 years,
Yeah, so you don't work behind this counter at Screwfix at weekends or something?
No,
Okay.
Yeah. No,
come on then, he's given away. How much money has he given away? Have you totted it up? Come on, tell me you don't.
Don't know whether he actually gives it away or not.
Do you know what? Actually, right, I'm not going to name names, but there's certain YouTubers in the past as well. Like, a lot of stuff on YouTube, you look and you're like, how real is that? And a lot of it, time it isn't. My stuff is totally real, and like
it gets given away.
Yeah,
Too nice.
I spend a lot of, but because I do it all for the concept. Because I'm like, if I put this much money, like I don't know if you've seen Mr. Beast on podcasts and stuff. He smashes YouTube, but like he always looks at it as like it's money to invest back in videos.
But it's about 3 mil a month in, doesn't he, or something? I was watching this the other day.
Yeah, but he gets how many million videos? It's crazy how much he must get. But the way he pumps it back into videos, it's a great way of doing it because you're looking at the longevity of YouTube instead of how much that's going to earn me short term. You're looking at subscribers and like views and stuff. But it's difficult with football videos these days, coming up with stuff that's interesting to watch. And quite often I find myself having the monetary aspect to it, which makes it interesting sometimes, but also means that I have to do 2 more brand deals that month or whatever, to justify it.
And I know it upsets you when you end up having to give it to someone.
Yes.
Who's already incredibly wealthy.
Well off anyway. So I try and bring fans into like viewers and stuff.
Mate, that was so good. I really like that. To be fair, you got the 2 fans for the Bitcoin thing. That's class.
But in the one that I just did, the pressure penalties,
you were inviting him back. Same lad,
same guy. Yeah. He actually helps run my shorts channel now.
Brilliant.
So Jamie works for Domino's in his spare time, and like I'm trying to get it. So
he's pretty good on camera and stuff.
He's very good. He's very, and I was like, we need to get him on camera more. Yeah. And there was another guy. So yeah, for the pressure penalties, we had like. For each people, there was 2 teams of 5. On each team, there were 2 prizes, 3 forfeits, and so the 2 prizes were £10,000 each. So I was like, one guy just made redundant. There's a few other people that I put up on my Insta and my Twitter saying like, if anyone's fancy getting involved, send me an email, tell me
it's
why
incredible.
You should come in. And like, we got 3 people, and then the 4 people that got the £10,000, my editor Connor, Theo, Pieface, and me. Us 4 were the ones that got the 10, but just by spinning the wheel, and it was just like,
Theo just goes on videos and just coins it in, doesn't he?
Every time, yeah.
That's why you don't make many videos anymore, because he just goes on everybody else's.
Yeah, exactly.
He's riding his bike, having a nice time.
Yeah, right. Goes and watches Messi in Paris, living the life.
What a guy, though. He is lovely, to be fair.
He
Theo,
is,
isn't he?
yeah.
He's really nice. You mentioned there about kind of like the future and the longevity and all that kind of stuff. What is there? I don't think for you there's any end goal. I think you're just sort of, it is what it is. You can keep churning these out. You can, because you know that you make bangers.
I think, I think there's always, I'm lucky with football because there's always going to be
something new.
An interest to it. Every season there's something going on. Yeah. When football videos started to do worse, like, because when they really peaked, like I said, in 2016, and then they came back down, I was like, I could be in trouble if it really sort of dies. But I think as long as you keep making interesting stuff, and I'm always going to be interested in football. I'm always going to love playing it. I'm always going to love, there's literally nothing in the world that I like doing more than playing football. I realized this about a year ago. I was like, genuinely, it's so much fun. And I don't think about anything else. Like for mental health wise, more than anything.
Yeah.
I just love it. So I make sure that I play enough football each week and stuff. So as long as I'm in this incredibly privileged position where I can make football stuff, and I think as long as football's around, I should be able to make stuff.
You'll be all right then.
So,
I totally agree, right? I haven't enjoyed football as much as I have in this last year, probably a year and a half, since I've been doing the YouTube stuff, and I see like the community, I see everybody, how much they buy into it and how much they love it, kind of thing. Like I put my video and people are genuinely like,
they love it,
buzzing. Yeah. They are buzzing, and you see how much it means to people as well.
And you meet people as well. Like how long I've been doing it for now. People come up and they say like, I literally spent my childhood watching your FIFA videos, watching your football videos, and I know how that felt because I used to watch YouTubers that and it's being able to like give that to someone, something that they just kind of like cherish so much and like watch not every day,
and it's free though as well. You're providing free content for people.
Yeah, exactly. So it's an amazing thing to be able to give to
Who's your favourite YouTuber of all time?
That's a good question.
I used to love KSI back in the days. You went like OG KSI. JJ makes different videos now. Like when he used to edit his own videos, it wasn't, he's done way better than he would have done if he stayed editing his own videos. But back in the day, like he was so funny. He just had comedic timing. He had the editing.
Mate, his laugh is just honestly, it's contagious. Yeah. We were at the cinema the other day watching Venom, and they had like a YouTube Shorts video on before, promoting it, and it's him, and it's literally just him just pissing himself laughing. And me and Olivia, my daughter who's 13, like literally looked at each other and just started wetting ourselves because it's that laugh. It's like, it's incredible, and that's been memed so hard, by the way.
He's opened the door. He's He's paved the way, hasn't he? He's paved the way. But what I like about him is that he hasn't become this polished version of himself.
He doesn't need to, does he?
I don't know the guy, but he still seems to be the same guy he's always been.
He's so, and he's nicer off camera. Like, I literally walked past him at the Sidemen party. He was talking to, someone important. Me and my girlfriend walked past him. We're like, JJ, we're not going to bother you, but hello, how are you doing? And he was like, don't be stupid, don't be ridiculous. Push to whoever he's talking to.
But he is the shittest footballer I have ever seen.
I won't be calling him up for collab 2 with Ben Foster.
100 shots at Ben Foster.
Do you know what, right? He's so, like, because he's a big bloke, isn't he, kind of thing. It's like his hips don't open. But like, it's horrible.
We played in the last Sidemen charity match we did. He scored 2 goals and he actually played very well. But it was when he was like getting in shape for his boxing and stuff. He's not. In the Hit the Bitcoin video, I think he genuinely like was trying not to win the money.
It was brutal.
He, how it would,
he couldn't even kick the fit. He can't get the ball off the ground.
It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Okay, so obviously, if people don't know, we've made this video. We touched it already in this podcast.
Once or twice.
Yeah, once or twice. Are we going to get a rematch on? We're going to get a rematch.
I would love to. I think I might have to come up with a different concept though. But mate, anytime, I'm so down.
Do you know what? I've got a few ideas. I think we at the Cycling GK have come up with some ridiculously good ideas that not just you, but a few other people, other times and stuff. But we've got some belters.
We've got content creators. Maybe other professional footballers.
Yeah.
Because what I love about what you and other content creators like Harry over the years have done is amazing content. And I think what Ben and other pros now, because the worlds have come closer together, it can potentially breathe new life into the category, can't it? And
because you've got things to look at and be like, we could do that, but better.
Compare. You can compare like kind of things. Like say we were talking upstairs earlier, guys, when Chris first got here, and we were saying like some of the videos on YouTube are how good is a 64 rated defender, or how good is a 60 or 50 rated goalkeeper, and people genuinely they want to see that. They really want to see that. But now it's got to the point where you could get an 80 rated goalkeeper, or I think I'm 78 actually, but or a 60 or a 75 rated defender, and people want to see like, can Chris MD take the ball past a 75 rated defender?
No. Well, no. But the thing I love about that is like, at what point do you call them their actual name? Because like, imagine if I filmed with like Messi and I was like, how good is a 93 rated striker?
That's brilliant. How good is a all right, Leo. All right, lad. How's it going?
Yeah, I think the thumbnail. I think the title of that video is going to be slightly different.
But the difference is though. So if you go and watch Arsenal, your team Arsenal, you'll go and you'll see elite level pro versus elite level pro. Yeah. What we don't often see is amateur, albeit a good amateur.
The man in the street. The man in the street. The Sunday league player.
Right. So when we were kids, Ben used to play. He was a pro, but we were about 17. He used to play in our five-a-side team, and it was a five-a-side goal. And there was a pitch, and it had nets, Coventry connection down the road, and it was net. The ball never went out of the play.
A bit like Power League, basically, but it was nets instead of like hard thing.
13 minutes a half, and the score would be 15-9. We would keep clean sheets.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You must have been horrible to play.
6'4" goalie in a five-a-side goal, and like I remember this one time. I remember it like it was yesterday. And this kid, he was like had an absolute thunderbolt of a shot on him, and he's rattled it towards the bottom corner. And Ben's made this save, and I was like, "What a save!" And the ball was bounced straight back out to this lad. He's rattled it in the other corner, and Ben's got up and got to it, and that's when you stand there and go, there's levels to this football game, isn't there? There's levels to this, because that's like unreal.
We see that at our place though, like not even our place, but you see it in football when you get, sometimes you will get like an 18, 19 year old come and train with the first team, right? And you see him and you go, oh shit, like he's proper. Like he's proper, and you can see it straight away. Like we played Everton on last Saturday, and Gordon, is it, whoever it is in midfield for them?
Yeah,
mate,
what a player.
He's going to be a baller, mate. Really? Honestly, but you can just see, you can tell. Like he gets the ball and he runs with it, and he glides. Proper glides. He's got that low center of gravity where he moves around, and you can genuinely see it. Like, and like I say, we with goalkeepers especially, you can. It's not necessarily black and white, but there's always that little thing, X factor.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Like, it's funny, talking about the difference between amateur football and professional football. Sometimes you watch it on TV and you don't, like, it's not that obvious, just watching a game. The big thing for me was when we played, just name dropping, when we played against like Robert Pires, Steven Gerrard and stuff in Wembley Cups. And you're like, this is like a 47-year-old, however old Robert Pires is, whatever. You're like, you know, how difficult is he going to... He glides past you like he's not even trying. Like, the pace, the power, like the strength is unbelievable. Steven Gerrard, like, you don't think of him as a quick player. Fastest player on the pitch,
mate.
Oh, he was a racehorse back in the day.
Yeah, I guess he but like, it was just like superhuman. It's like, it's not even.
You see it
can't
close,
even play against them.
So in the matches that you play, like charity matches and whatnot, you've played against like JJ Okocha, people like that. So, out of all the players, ex-pros you've played against, what player have you come up against and you've thought, holy shit, he is. Even though retired, he is still...
I think Gerrard on our team,
Yeah.
Steven Gerrard, was just unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievably good. Yeah. There was one part where he played me a pass and I miscontrolled it. And he was like, don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. Da-da-da. I'm like, really sorry.
Did he rattle it into you, though? Did he rattle it into you?
I don't actually think it was him. It was someone else. But it was just like such a shit control. And I was like, I should have done so much better than that. And like, just having him being like, don't worry about it, mate. Like, next time. I was like,
You say about like he not known to be a fast player or anything like that. We were having this conversation in the changing room the other day where in football nowadays, like, you might have somebody who plays for Watford, like, and your uncle or something might go, oh, he's shit.
Yeah.
Or he's slow, or he's shit. Nobody's shit in football anymore. Nobody, right? No. And nobody, the one thing that we always say, nobody is slow. Like, so you would have, like, the slowest player on FIFA, I still guarantee, is rapid. Not rapid, is like to the top level, but they are not slow.
So you always say Will Hughes, you always rip Will Hughes about his pace.
Actually, I take it about Will Hughes as slow.
I was going to say, so how quick is Will Hughes?
Yeah, but Will Hughes is quick in the head, and he makes up for it, all right?
Yeah, he's a lovely player.
Mate, he's a lovely player. Yeah, it's true, though, right? He might not be the most physically able guy in general, but in his head, mate, he knows what he's doing seconds before he gets the ball. He knows everything.
First time I ever watched Will at Watford, and you certain players, you watched them, and it's like he just had a 5 metre barrier around him where he just had.
Do you know what he's good at doing? Do you know what it is? It's having your head on the swivel before the ball comes to you, like Scholes used to do, like Gerrard will do, like the big boys, like the good ones.
We had Robbie Fowler in one of the Wembley Cups, and like
knows what's going on.
No one could get anywhere near him.
Incredible.
Yeah, and like, obviously he's not in the best of shape these days.
Doesn't matter.
But still, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
it's natural to him. And I think sometimes you can't even teach that. You know, it's just natural. So, like I say, he might be 45, 47 years old, Robbie Fowler. You still do it because that's just what comes most natural.
We noticed that with Busquets, didn't we? In the semis when we went Italy, Spain. Yeah. And I said to you, I asked Ben the question, and I went, he's looking all the time. And I said to you, is that something that he practices? And you just said no.
It's just natural to him. He knows, like, he's 100%. Always doing it because it buys him time all the time. But players see that. The thing is as well, the other players see that he's looking, so they know that they can't shut him down, or they know that they can't go there because he knows exactly what pass to play.
Yeah.
Oh, you bugger.
The TV's just gone off.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, that is the difference. So that's what I mean. Those players that you don't get many of them, but when they're good at doing it, oh my god!
I remember when I used to watch Fabregas. You'd watch him in games, and he'd be constantly, like, literally,
he was
every 2 seconds looking around.
Yeah.
And it's mental because then people don't press them because there's no point.
Exactly,
and it just it works even better. But going back to the thing you were saying about how everyone in football is faster than you'd expect, like, I compare it to different sports, and in football there are so many more people that play football. Like, say you're the best Olympic swimmer, compare that to the best footballer in the world. There's so many more people that play football compared to Olympic swimming. Sure. Those people are like the best of the best, you know, like even Premier League goal, like that is the best of the best, and it's just they're going to be so much higher above everyone else. And I think people don't think about that.
Because the standard's so much higher.
Because there's so many more people do it. So to be like right there, you're going to have to be
it's
right
literally
up there.
To be a professional footballer and to have a proper career. Yeah. I mean, like, if you want to be a Premier League footballer, it's nearly a miracle, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's basically a miracle. So there's a stat which is super interesting as well. So of all the young players that try to be a professional footballer and end up getting a scholarship, all right, of every single one of them, only 2% will ever make it to actually sign professional terms. That's just to sign professional terms, yeah? That doesn't mean you're going to have a career.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're going to play in the Premier League. That just means that you will sign a professional contract. 2%, yeah? Which is...
And that's out of, do you say scholars and people? That
anybody that ever attempts to be like, so if you're like, do you know what I mean, from 16 to whatever, so you're a decent footballer, 2% of them will make it to sign a professional contract, and then of that 2% to make it to the top and be in the Premier League and actually earn money properly, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's crazy, isn't it? So yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you.
Right. Let's talk about YouTube originals. So you did a series involving Gareth Southgate, a YouTube originals. How was that for you?
It's good. We've actually got just been invited because it's been nominated for like best sports or something.
Oh, nice.
Like
well
some
done,
sort
mate.
of documentary. So like we've got the party for that next week or like something.
Well,
yeah, that was really, really cool. I didn't know too much about it, to be fair. It was one of those things where it's like you've got this YouTube thing with Southgate, and obviously I was like, that's sick.
Buzzing.
I'd love to do that. And yeah, like so how it started, it was supposed to be like a three episode documentary, and then it ended up being just one thing that went out on my channel. And yeah, they wanted me, I was supposed to be just like one of the people that did it, but then they changed it for me being like the narrator and stuff. So
how much input did you have into that?
Not that much. I mean, there were bits when they were like, you can decide, like, you know, you can say what you want to say here and things, but they very much had a director, producer, a whole team. So like, it wasn't me.
What's that like at working under that sort of circumstances?
I mean, it's worrying when you're putting it on your channel because you're like, I don't know what this is going to end
How the
up
reaction is going to be, because it's so different to anything you ever normally do, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. But you've just got to sort of, if it's YouTube originals, like I've seen lots of things they've done before, and I know that they're professional.
Was it YouTube that produced it?
Yes, it was done by YouTube originals.
Okay.
I don't know if it was like it's
going to be a lot of input.
There's lots of different people.
FA going to be heavily involved.
They will oversee everything on that. They will want to see absolutely everything of that video to make sure that there's nothing in it, like everything. There'll be continuity stuff that they want to make sure nobody's in the wrong position. Something might be said, something might be in the background, they might be holding something, all the sponsors, all that kind of stuff. Friggin'
it got like, it's a YouTube originals, and compared to some of your videos, the viewership wasn't there. Now,
do YouTube originals normally bang?
Not necessarily, no.
I think it depends. Like what I was surprised at is they put loads of spend behind the trailer, so the trailer's on 1 million.
Yeah,
the main thing's on 500k, and I was like, if that was me, I would have put all the spend behind the documentary, because I understand building hype for it and stuff, but how YouTube works is it's more just like on one day if a video does well and, you know, it picks up and stuff. But I mean, they know more about that than me, but it just surprised me.
Do you think for you personally going forward, would you want to do more kind of, I say structured, it is kind of structured though, isn't it? Say like Sky Sports or something. Say if Sky Sports came and went, do you want to have this regular slot? Like, to be fair, Saturday Social, you were on Saturday Social a few weeks ago,
I actually did. I did the FA Cup roundup before the FA Cup final for BBC 2 years ago, and that was very much like similar thing, just presenting.
Do you enjoy that?
I don't mind it. I much prefer doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Does it feel like work?
Yeah, it does.
It does
because you're not in control and you can't change what is being... Well, you can change what's being said, but you can't change how it's going to come out. And like once you've let go of the control, it's
scary.
Do you know what?
But it's not that, like, you know, obviously I'm on here and I've not got the control of how this video is going. But
you can trust us, mate.
It's different. Yeah, hopefully.
You know what? It bothers me, and I know it bothers you as well, to a point where you're a YouTuber and you're a veteran in the YouTube world, and you've got hundreds of millions of views, and you get, it could be the FA, I'm not digging out the FA, but organisations that like the principle,
big organisations,
big companies that like the principle of having a YouTuber and go, he's got this many views, let's work with them. When it comes to it, they won't allow you to do what you do to your full potential and go, do you know what, he's the guy that knows how to bring in views. Let's trust him to make it, to produce it, and we'll have final cut, let's say. Because all this spend goes into it, and it never
bangs.
It never bangs the way that if you did it yourself,
it would bang. It would.
Yeah, in fairness, that like they did have a lot of I did have creative freedom, so I did like a video for them as well. But yeah, I mean, it was because the documentary wasn't really about me. And also it wasn't supposed to go out on my channel originally. It was supposed to go out on, I think, the England channel, and clearly they said no. It was supposed to go out on another channel. But like halfway through, they were like, "This could go out on your channel." I think they were speaking to the others, but they were like, "Do you want this guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I think this is looking really good." Southgate was awesome with all of his interviews.
He's a cool guy, isn't he?
He's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Really lovely.
Really nice.
And
guy.
like just like his views about everything as well. Like we're speaking to him about like mental health, homophobia, like all that
he's
stuff.
He's clever as you like, isn't he?
He's lovely, really nice.
Talking about homophobia there, we've just had the first openly gay professional footballer, Josh Cavallo, plays for Adelaide United. One of them. Australian anyway. Yeah. Incredible though, isn't it? How amazing is it that we are in 2021 and we've only just had the first one? It's outrageous, really, isn't it?
Ridiculous, isn't it?
It's outrageous.
I couldn't believe that when I read that. But obviously, like, yeah, you think sometimes when I was explaining to my girlfriend a few years ago, and she was like, "How come there aren't any gay people?" It's just like, because you know the type of abuse that they'd get, and that's ridiculous. And like, we need to change that,
mate. We need to change so bad, because you know for a fact that if it happened in this country and it was a Premier League footballer, it's so sad to say, but you know that they would get abused.
People just look for like. They look for anything to abuse people for. Yeah,
they
games,
do.
You know, and
I see that exactly that sort of thing. Whether it's homophobia, racism, no matter what it is, right? People just want to pick at something. They just want to get a reaction kind of thing. So if somebody does come out as gay in English football, they will. Don't get me wrong, they're going to get a lot of support, and rightly so as well. But it will still be a massive thing. But it shouldn't be like that, should it? The day and age we live in, it shouldn't be like that anymore.
I'm not sure it would be accepted. By the wider fans, I think.
Oh no! I think if someone came at, like, I think if people tried to abuse him at games, people would turn on them and be like,
that's what I mean.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
It's very, very sad. Now. It's very, very sad that there isn't more openly gay footballers.
Yeah, sure.
Now, I agree. I think if they were the wider fans in the stadium, if there was any nonsense with chanting, I think nowadays the fans wouldn't have it.
You'd like to think so.
I think they'd be out.
It's like any social. Like we've all sat next to people at football games, some absolute weapons, shouting, whatever, and you're like,
that's the worry.
I won't even bother.
But that's the worry. Yeah, some people, like, you can't argue with stupid. Yeah. You can't argue with stupid. If somebody is so blind to it, so stupid that they don't want to see it. Yeah. Sometimes there's no point, is there?
So I don't know whether it's like getting them kicked out of games and stuff, you know. Like,
I know, but shout out to Josh Cavallo anyway. Well done, guys.
And so many more people are going to look at that.
Exactly. Follow suit, hopefully. Yeah.
Is there an element of it though, Ben? Because I think the perception is from football fans that a football changing room is just an incredibly alpha machismo, you know, like real alpha kind of environment. Is it, or is there a softer side to the changing room? For sure.
Like, the changing rooms nowadays are so much softer than what they used to be. Sort of when I first started 15, 20 years ago. Like 15, 20 years ago, it was, you're a man. You're a macho man.
Get on with it.
Yeah, get on with it. You blah, blah, blah. But now, people are so much more open to absolutely everything. And I mean absolutely everything. Like, willing to talk about stuff and conversate about stuff. Like, if somebody's having a bad time mentally, all that kind of stuff, they will not happily, but I've had it, like, in the last couple of years, we've been relegated, all that. And it's a stressful time. And sometimes players will come in and go, I feel like shit, lads, like this, blah, blah, blah. And literally 2 or 3 of us will jump round and go, yeah, me too, we're a bit of this, bit of that.
That's so
which
cool
is
to
cool,
hear, actually.
Which is super cool kind of thing. And it's really nice to see it as well, especially when they're young lads as well, like 19, 20, 21-year-olds saying it. And you think, that's nice to know that they feel comfortable enough to be able to come in and put that out there. So it's really nice.
You're confident for your changing room, for example, that if somebody came out as gay, you think they would get the support they needed?
Well, I know, I can only speak personally for myself, that I would happily be able to put an arm around absolutely anybody, no matter what it is, and like try and help them through it, talk them through it. And I know it's not just me, there'll be a lot of lads in that changing room happy to do it as well. So yeah, like I say, big shout out to Josh. Really cool, mate. Really, really cool. One thing I love to do with people, okay, Chris, I like to Google them, and I like to
make people feel uncomfortable.
It's not uncomfortable. It's absolutely amazing. I like to put in Google the person's name and then put net worth. All right.
Okay.
I love to do this.
No,
all right?
let's do it. It's been a while since I Googled, at least 2 days since I Googled myself.
So I've put Chris MD net worth into, because that's your name, Chris MD.
Yep.
So I put net worth into Google this morning, and I've seen a couple figures. All right.
I've not seen this.
Heavy figures.
Let me have a guess.
The problem is I don't actually think my fan base care enough to write articles about me. So when people do write articles about me, they're so wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I think it's going to say $4 million.
$4 million, Jamie. 6 mil.
Yeah,
Frank, 6 mil. Wow. We've got a rich boy in the room here. Right, guys. So Google says that Chris MD's net worth, personal net worth, is between $3 and $4.3 million.
I'll lend us a tenner.
Cha-ching!
Yeah.
Well
I
done,
paid
mate.
for my train here. For the record.
Yeah, you did.
He said to me on the way, Tom, you are expensing this back, aren't you?
Still humble.
See, it's not awkward at all, is it? How come is
it's
that?
fine, no.
YouTube pays big bucks, mate. That's the way it
I've
goes,
been
all
making
right?
YouTube videos for a long time.
Yeah.
I think people do know like how much you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's,
Copyright, though.
copyright. Yeah,
it's a killer.
Shame, I've only made £20 ever.
With those videos, though, was there retrospective claims, i.e. you owe us?
No,
or was
so-
it just a case of from here on in, you don't earn?
So they like the YouTube system is stupid because once they do it differently now, but from 2016 to 2019-ish, if someone claimed a video, they earned, even if it was 3 seconds in a 25-minute video, they earn everything from that video.
No, that's ridiculous.
And so, like,
that's ridiculous.
The Tough Mudder video, it was only one company that would have claimed it, and they'd have been making
All of the revenue off that one video?
went to and still does go to
No.
music
Ballpark
labels.
figure off that one video.
I'll delete the video.
I think I've said it. Probably about 150 grand, maybe.
Delete the video.
Yeah,
Cut your nose off to spite their face.
so, fun on that.
I'd
It's
say you're
just-
worth
it's a-
more than 4.3 mil, mate.
Moving swiftly on.
So quickly, and we spoke about it earlier, but the Bitcoin video, you're not into cryptocurrency, no?
No, I'm not, unfortunately.
Not at all. Never thought about it. Never been tempted.
No. I've got some left after I had to transfer Bitcoin to people, so I had to make an account.
You got
and
some
then
Bitcoin left?
I do, so that's gone up like 100 quid in the last month.
Yeah, it's gone out. But I think that's a good way of doing it. Probably is to just put it in and leave it.
And never look at it.
No,
yeah.
never look at it again until about 10 years time when it's probably worth about $1 billion or whatever.
Yeah, good shout, really.
Yeah, love it, mate. Love it.
Right, Sunday League footy.
Yes.
You still playing?
So I've moved to London in the last year, and I'm still signed with my Jersey team. So I still because I still go over there every now and then. So I try and play when I can, but I need to get a London club because I play five-a-side like once a week, but it's not the same.
Is this the infamous like creator five-a-side game?
Yes, it would be.
And no
yes.
one's made of it. Has anyone vlogged this?
I stick up a GoPro now every game just in case something happens.
You got to do it. Make a little. People want to see like who's playing and how they're playing and what they're doing. GoPro in the goal and all that kind of
I think
stuff.
we just end up with people waiting for us at the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I guess as well, because you're all creators and stuff, you've got to have some downtime.
Yeah,
There's always someone
Where
with
we
a camera
just kick
somewhere,
the
isn't
shit
there?
out of each other, off camera.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about a camera in your
One
face.
day you're
and
going
all
to get a
that.
brawl on camera, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing it for.
We've had a few.
Rotashaw belting Bazinga at someone.
yeah.
Naughty little two-footer.
No, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we're
good.
We're nearly
Yeah.
there. We just want to kind of talk about what you got coming up in the future. Your number 10 merch range, see how that's all going. How's
By the way, can I big apology? I was supposed to be wearing one of his t-shirts today. You sent me some and it's lovely stuff. It is actually really lovely
Thank
stuff.
you.
I will wear it in one of my challenge videos, okay?
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
wear
we'll
it in
do
one
the
of my
rematch.
Yeah, the rematch and I'll be wearing it,
That'll
all
be
right?
in the clause.
It's lovely
full number
stuff,
10.
man. Proper good
I'm
quality.
actually very. I haven't promoted it very well actually because I'm like haven't actually like got enough people employed in like the marketing side of things. But like I'm actually wearing the jog. Like I never take these off because we spent so long getting like the right material, the right fit, the right like. So it's just like gym.
What's the website?
Stuff. Number 10. So it's number10.store. Is
Number10.store.
But like it's basically like I was like I want clothing and I wear clothing that is like gymmy, football-y, but I don't like it's Under Armour, Adidas stuff. And I was like, I just feel like I could do stuff like that, but is high quality, and I don't think anyone's doing that in YouTube merch. That's like really high quality.
Yeah, it's kind of generic stuff, isn't it? Kind of thing. Yeah,
so,
especially sportswear. It's all just like, it's literally all just like cool hoodies or stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
People want loungy but sporty but good material, but like they want a bit of all sorts, don't they?
You came in today, obviously wearing the joggers and stuff, and one of the first things I noticed, it was a really nice fit on them, and
honestly,
everything else.
Yeah.
Must be your legs, Chris. Obviously,
just very toned legs. Yeah,
it must be.
But yeah, I'm just like a walking ad for them because I just don't take them off anywhere.
It is your brand.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but no, I'm that bad at promoting it that's probably the.
Do you do shorts? Do you do shorts? Yeah.
I do what? Not yet.
Come on, can you hook me up with some shorts? I need comfy shorts. I literally just wear shorts 24/7. I don't care. Yeah. Winter, summer.
I used to be one of those kids just like all the time.
Mate, I'm 38 years old and I just wear shorts every day.
But,
shorts and flip flops. Yeah, shorts and flip flops.
Maybe flip flops. Yeah, I'll put them in a little bundle.
There you go. Yeah, boom.
Think about that.
No, Chris, MD, Chris Dixon, mate, that was incredibly enjoyable. Thank you so much for making your own way up here.
No worries.
Really, really good. I look forward so much to the rematch. I do.
We've got to get that. I'd love to. I think it's the most viewed video on my channel in like the last year or something.
I think you're on something like 6.2 million views.
Yeah,
as soon as I would check or something. Yeah, I think it's our most viewed video on our channel as well. To be honest with you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Brilliant. No worries. I've very much enjoyed it, mate, as well. Thank you.
Class. Thank you very much. We always sign off with a quick look into the camera and up the Fozcast. Okay, this one here. We're going up this one here. Okay, so do you want to start on that camera there, Tom?
Up the Fozz.
No. What on earth?
I was going to do that and then that, and it came out as.
You're sweating. You started sweating, like instantly started sweating.
Up the Fozcast.
That was painful.
Wow, what happened there?
Up the Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast.
Yes.
Come on, that one, Chris.
Up the Fozcast. Come on.
Oh, mate,
brilliant, lads.
Horrible.
Love it.